Okay, Ecology by me. So, an overview of ecology. So, ecology is all about like the interactions between organisms and their environment or their habitat. And this can be on a small scale, like little populations of species, or like a big ecosystem with like a bunch of communities. And these relationships are really complex and they're constantly evolving and changing. And when the systems interact with each other, this can change the environment. And basically, ecology is a study of these interactions and changes within organisms and their environment. So, responses to the environment is a big part of ecology, and organisms have changed over time in order to withstand the changes to their environment, and they've developed a bunch of psychological and biological mechanisms to respond to these changes. And these mechanisms help their rate of survival. So, like, if food and resources are very limited, organisms can change their behavior to survive. So, this could mean they change their prey to something that is available. And they can also alter their appearance, like camouflage, so they can survive. And they have ways of communicating with each other, like chemical signaling, which is when they secrete chemicals to other organisms that invoke a response. Or they can use vocalization, which is any sound produced by an organism in order to communicate. So, energy flow and changes to the ecosystem. Energy is a very big part of an ecosystem, and the organisms within the ecosystem use energy for things like growing and reproduction. And metabolism is the process of acquiring this energy. So plants get their energy from photosynthesis, and animals get their energy from eating other organisms. And they have to use energy to hunt for their prey. And the availability of energy can affect the population. So if there's more light and water and food available, then this gives the organisms more opportunity to reproduce and for the population to grow. But if there's limited resources, then this could cause population growth to decline because they don't have more available energy. So, population ecology and exponential growth. Reproduction can cause growth within a population. If resources are abundant and there's little competition, the growth can be exponential, which means like a lot in little time, as you can see by the graph. And these limitations are very common. So many populations don't reach their full potential, and overpopulation can occur when the population reaches a point where resources aren't enough to sustain the whole population, and this can cause quicker disease transmission and other issues. So, community ecology is the study of how organisms interact within different species in their community, and these interactions can be influenced by genotype or phenotype. Abundance, these are just like some terms that go along with that, and biodiversity increases options that organisms have to adapt to change. So, ecosystems with low biodiversity can cause interruptions or disturbances, and a diverse plant population can increase the amount of food available. And a population with low biodiversity can be more susceptible to disease and less food available. So, abiotic and biotic factors are big parts of biodiversity that affect it. And keystone species is an organism that basically helps define an entire ecosystem. Oh, and that's actually the end.